Roll for Weird, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. Join Philbert Fogel, Doomsday Prepper and Expert.
I mean, I'm kind of like the linchpin that's keeping everything together in the group.
Lasath, the Divine, and the Sensible.
And I still owe him my life, so I would have to end yours. It would be a mess.
Shadow, the Edgy Initiate.
I trust him with my life. I don't know if I trust him with, my bank account or my car or something like that.
Misty Charlotte Palladino, Spellslinger and Trenchcoat Enthusiast.
But I haven't set anything on fire that I haven't meant to set on fire.
Silas Lancaster, Elderly Vampire.
There's only one Filbert. They broke the mold when they made Filbert.
And Dragonbait as the Creeper Keeper.
Silas, get back in your room!
Roll for Weird on Twitch, streaming monthly. New podcast episodes every other Friday. Available on Apple or wherever you find your podcasts.
Ah, so nice of you to stop by. Come in, come in. I'm Silas Lancaster, and this is my library. Within these tomes you will find tales of monsters, both figurative and literal. Tales to make the strongest of us blanch in fear. Such stories are dangerous, and consumption must be strictly rationed. As such, I shall share but one story from my library each Thursday in October each year. Be sure to tune your wireless receiver to Storytime with Silas. Alternatively, subscribe on those podcast providers the youth seem so fond of.
Campaign 2 of Halfway to Heroes. Darker, grittier, and much more dignified than Campaign 1.
We see the Forever Storm, a 50-mile wide storm centered on the Severed Key. Though dangerous, it is vital to the survival of nearly every being in this slice of pizzazz. This source of energy is...
I forgot the name for it.
I forgot the name.
Pizzazz or pizzazz?
Pizzazz.
It sounded like he said pizzazz.
It's supposed to be Beezazz or whatever.
You know what? I knew that was going to happen.
I forgot all about it, dude.
Okay, maybe not. But either way, join us every other Tuesday wherever you get your podcast as we start a brand new story featuring 4 monsters that have to put aside their differences if they're to stop the armies of men once and for all.
Do you like Dungeons & Dragons lore? Do you like drunk history? Well then, Lore and Pour is the show for you, where we combine the two. I'm Adam DeWeese, and I'm the host, and I bring on a cast of rotating guests, and we hang out before the show, have a few drinks, and then they are given their topic 30 minutes prior to pressing the record button, where they study up on the topic, and then we hit record, and whatever they say goes. They are treated as if they are the leading experts in the field. And I ask the questions that you never thought you needed to ask, such as, how do mind flayers go to the bathroom?
Yeah, they just go one time, and it's pee and poop, and it's green.
What's the most dangerous creature in the astral plane?
It just pinch it, you know?
Yeah.
Just...
And that whale's like, you know
They
what?
got pinchers?
Oh,
You don't
do
even
they
know
have
about
pinchers?
Find the answers to all these questions and much, much more, whether they're accurate or not, on Lore and Pour. You can find Lore and Pour on the Majestic Goose Network and wherever you download your podcast every other Monday right now.
Space. The final frontier.
Mayday alert. We are under attack.
Oh, blarney. I kinda gotta watch the tube for 10 seconds.
Rerouting auxiliary power to abjuration shields.
Someone get on those cannons. We've got company.
Are you looking for a Dungeons & Dragons sci-fi fantasy space adventure? Then what you are looking for is Eclipse. Join our crew every other week as we struggle to keep the galaxy safe. With Dr. Shepard, the Illithid cleric.
Space pirates. That was wild.
Ava Elkin, the human monk.
If we play our cards right, we might not be totally screwed.
Lita Nove, the Asimar bard.
We should be arriving in Amaron in about 2 hours.
Info O. Scott, the Warforged Artificer.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and fire the sonic cannon here.
Kanan Vargas, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
Does anybody else think this is like a super aggressive move?
And I'm Jeremy Fair. I will be your Dungeon Master. Eclipse can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere you like to get your podcasts.
So you've decided to make a new home for yourself in the retirement community of Pennycross. We're very excited to have you join us. Here in Pennycross, you can enjoy some independence in your golden years, spending time with like-minded seniors without worrying about those darn kids on your lawn. We have a wide range of rental properties available and a variety of amenities staffed by locals who are middle-aged. No need to worry about crying babies or teenagers with attitudes serving you at the pub. In addition, there are dozens of clubs, guilds, and activities to keep you feeling young at heart. Join our lawn bowling league, the Puzzle Club, or our renowned knitting guild. Established by Adnatha Harper nearly 200 years ago, our guild has attracted a wide range of members. We're delighted that you're making Pennycross your final home. Please ignore the ominous smoke coming from the mountain. It only started a few days ago, and I'm sure it will dissipate shortly. Welcome home, weary traveler.
Crits and Knits is a 5e actual play podcast and Twitch series, with the live streams and the podcast drops alternating every other Wednesday, starting Wednesday, February 2nd on the Majestic Goose Network, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Gerundu.
And we are the hosts of Majestic Goose's newest podcast, Dice Talk. Dice Talk is a Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop podcast that dives into the deep topics of tabletop role-playing games.
Join us as we speak with passionate content creators, podcasters, authors, and more as we discuss all manner of tabletop and geek-related content.
Dice Talk is a bi-weekly show, so we're hitting your podcatcher with brand new episodes every other week, filling your ears with exclusive interviews and conversations that you can't find anywhere else.
Every episode is a new opportunity to hear from different creators in the tabletop community and just talk about Dungeons & Dragons and any other tabletop games that have made us who we are.
Dice Talk, now on the Majestic Goose Podcast Network. Make sure you check us out and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
A Majestic Goose Podcast.
In a world where adventure awaits and danger lurks around every corner, an unlikely group of friends find themselves on the path to becoming heroes. But school will only get them halfway. Merlin, the human warlock barber guy.
Oh god, no, I gotta buff his butt! No! Can I refuse business?
Ubo, the turtle artificer.
Well, it doesn't work yet, but I'm working on it.
Ultrex, the discarded warforged paladin.
I don't eat or sleep or wear clothes, so I just sit in the corner and wait.
And Clyde, the Goliath barbarian in skinny jeans.
They're called skinny pelts, okay?
Find us on iTunes or wherever you download your podcast by searching for Halfway to Heroes.
From the city that brought you Kentucky Fried Chicken, Sluggers, and Muhammad Ali comes Roll for Weird, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. Join Philbert Fogel, Doomsday Prepper and Expert.
I mean, I'm kind of like the linchpin that's keeping everything together in the group.
Lasath, the Divine, and the Sensible.
And I still owe him my life, so I would have to end yours. It would be a mess.
Shadow, the Edgy Initiate.
I trust him with my life. I don't know if I trust him with, my bank account or my car or something like that.
Misty Charlotte Palladino, Spellslinger, and Trenchcoat Enthusiast.
But I haven't set anything on fire that I haven't meant to set on fire.
Silas Lancaster, Elderly Vampire.
There's only one Filbert. They broke the mold when they made Filbert.
And Dragonbait as the Creeper Keeper.
Silas, get back in your room!
Roll for Weird on Twitch, streaming monthly. New podcast episodes every other Friday. Available on Apple or wherever you find your podcasts.
Ah, so nice of you to stop by. Come in, come in. I'm Silas Lancaster, and this is my library. Within these tomes, you will find tales of monsters, both figurative and literal. Tales to make the strongest of us blanch in fear. Such stories are dangerous, and consumption must be strictly rationed. As such, I shall share but one story from my library each Thursday in October each year. Be sure to tune your wireless receiver to Storytime with Silas. Alternatively, subscribe on those podcast providers the youth seem so fond of.
Campaign 2 of Halfway to Heroes. Darker, grittier, and much more dignified than Campaign 1.
We see the Forever Storm, a 50-mile wide storm centered on the Severed Key. Though dangerous, it is vital to the survival of nearly every being in this slice of pizzazz. This source of energy is...
I forgot the name.
You motherfucker's name!
I forgot the name.
Pizzazz or pizzazz?
Pizzazz.
It sounded like he said pizzazz.
It's supposed to be bees ass or whatever.
You know what? I fucking knew that was gonna happen.
I forgot all about it, dude.
Okay, maybe not. But either way, join us every other Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts as we start a brand new story featuring 4 monsters that have to put aside their differences if they're to stop the armies of men once and for all.
Do you like Dungeons & Dragons lore? Do you like drunk history? Well, then Lore and Pour is the show for you, where we combine the two. I'm Adam DeWeese, and I'm the host, and I bring on a cast of rotating guests, and we hang out before the show, have a few drinks, and then they are given their topic 30 minutes prior to pressing the record button, where they study up on the topic, and then we hit record, and whatever they say goes. They are treated as if they are the leading experts in the field, and I ask the questions that you never thought you needed to ask, such as, how do mind flayers go to the bathroom?
Yeah, they just go one time, and it's pee and poop, and it's green.
What's the most dangerous creature in the astral plane?
It just pinch it, you know?
Yeah.
It just...
And that whale's like,
They got pinchers?
Oh,
you don't even
they
know
have
about
pinchers?
Find the answers to all these.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jazz Hands. Welcome to
Jazz
Roll
Hand,
for
you get
Weird.
one.
Fair enough. I see that you're knitting.
Yes.
Welcome to, Roll for Weird. We are back again. This might be it, guys.
Yeah.
This might be it. So, who wants to tell us what happened last time?
We gathered the troops. That's pretty much all of it, is we gathered the troops.
Sure.
Yeah. We got Harry coming in with some folks, maybe. We got Samantha coming in with some folks.
We do have a party split at the moment.
Yes.
Shadow does have Silas in a Pokeball.
I do.
I don't think we have figured that out yet, and I do believe we are, what was it, a 4-hour drive from Louisville to Niagara Falls, or 6 hours, something like that?
It's a long drive.
It's a pretty long drive.
It's like 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an 8-hour drive, but they got there really fast. The ones that came from
Sure.
or not. I don't know. Maybe time is dilating weird.
Yeah, long story
It
short,
seems
really,
to us that they got there fast.
Sure, we'll go with that. We'll go with the Game of Thrones explanation of time is just kind of weird.
Yeah, so a lot of us are currently at, so we were at my house. We stuck my parents in the oubliette. And Kenny? No, is Kenny with them in the oubliette, or is he still No.
Kenny was maybe getting killed by the cops. We're not sure.
Jeez,
He was still in your house. He didn't make it to Silas's place.
Yeah, some cops were coming in my house. We used Shadow's weird, creepy door he installed without my permission to go to Silas's house. In Silas's house, we stuck my parents in the oubliette to keep them safe.
Misty broke the door intentionally.
Yes, broke the
On purpose,
the creepy
yes.
door
Yes.
so that they could now get back to us also. And then Silas and Shadow Pokeball team, they are up in Niagara Falls at the moment, realize that we're actually like having some pretty big issues down at our home bunker. And I believe we left off with Shadow hopping in the Subaru to head back.
There were a whole bunch of gangsters and then some demons and then some other evil shit. And then I blessed some water and then the water was raining painful drops on all these things. And then, I captured Silas. I didn't want him to get hurt. And now
Susan and Pazuzu made all the divine that showed up disappear.
For now. They did say it wasn't going to hold.
Yeah. And then Susan used the mirror to scry for us and found us at Silas's house.
Mm-hmm.
Us being Misty and Lisa and Filbert.
Yep. With banging happening on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we just ran outside and got out of there super quick because they said like they're not gonna be disappeared forever.
Sure. So you run out. The episodes are very far behind. If you want to catch up, YouTube is your best bet right now. Because life do be lifing.
Mood.
So we will start with Silas and Shadow. You guys run out of the building. Shadow runs out of the building. Silas is in a Pokeball. You run out and you see a crowd of people. Demons that had escaped out the door after the spell was broken, so they're no longer fighting each other. Shadow, that guy that you were fighting, it was trying to follow you out.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people keeping him at bay. They're fighting him off now. There were a few others that were part of the Spiders group that is also being taken care of currently.
Ooh, that's a euphemism.
You see Harry. He's hanging out. You see what look like they could be relatives of Harry. More than one Bigfoot. He is not the only one. You see, Samantha and Agent Minot stepping out of a helicopter because that's what they had. And they also have agents with them. And she walks up and goes, "Okay, where is he?"
Who are you looking for? What do you mean he?
The spider? Are we here to fuck his shit up?
I don't know. I don't have him. I have Silas.
What do you mean? What do you mean you have Silas?
I hold up the little sphere thing. I got Silas is in here. He's not bad or anything. He's still on our side. I'm just saying he's right here. But the spider, I don't know. Oh, but there are some other demons in there. I think they're on our side, so don't attack them.
Sure.
It's just Pazuzu and his wife or something. It's fine. What? Don't look at me like that. You've never heard of Pazuzu?
No, I have. That's the problem.
He's fine. It's all right. Oh, and don't worry. All this blood, it is human blood, but they were possessed at the time. So it'll just kind of wipe off his sword.
Shadow.
Are you praying right now? I never took you for the religious type.
No, I'm not. You're just throwing a lot at me right now.
I'm throwing a lot. You showed up with helicopters and all these big feet and shit. What do you mean?
I literally just ran outside of some doors. What are you talking about?
I just left a building. That's all I did. I didn't throw anything at you.
Okay, but you all said that the spider was here and now not?
I didn't say anything. I don't even know how a fucking phone works.
Where's Misty?
Good question. I think they left.
What do you mean?
Everyone's gone. Everyone left. I don't know. They poof, bam, whatever you want to call it. They went They went to Filbert's house. They're probably eating pizza rolls right now, and I'm over here arguing with the fucking federal police.
I think so. Susan steps up and goes, "Oh, it's fine. Yes."
Oh,
they're
this is
at-
the one. She's a demon, but she's not evil, or maybe she's a human with sharp teeth. I don't know.
She just stares at you, Shadow.
What?
Not-
I don't know, Susan.
I think we need to get back to Silas's place. There's a lot of banging happening at their door right now. So if you would like to step into the portal, and you see that Pazuzu has opened this like massive portal to the house. Before that happens, before it opens up, Misty, Layseth, and Filbert.
Ma'am.
The banging on the front door is now rattling the whole front of the house. Something is trying to get in. You all are standing facing the front door. You do all of a sudden see this like ripple of blackness start forming across the front of the house. And you see that dark shadow that you saw earlier is trying to keep the front of the house up.
Perhaps
Ida-
we should go outside.
Are you sure?
Well, no.
Do you want me to see what it looks like out there? I'm
Yes,
dead,
please.
so
Yes,
they can't
please,
do
that
it.
would be lovely.
Okay. Ida kind of like you see her fade through one of the walls. Not the dark ripple one, because she looked not happy about that. And then she comes back and goes, "Oh my.
Oh dear.
Oh, what's out there?
A lot."
Lovely.
Are we talking all the local cops? Are we
if cops have horns and magical powers and things like that.
Oh, good.
Then no.
There are cops, I think, but they look quite different from my day.
I'll evaluate Ida's clothing and to see just like how long ago.
We're looking at like 1800s. Like,
yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. You see the boy pop his head in, and he's like, "Oh, they look like some of the cops from my day." He looks like a teenager from about the 90s.
Okay.
They don't resemble stereotypical Irishmen.
Oh dear.
As she is talking to you, she kind of looks past you and goes, "But I think the cavalry is here."
Turn my head over to look.
You see a giant hellfire portal open up. And you can see to the other side where there is everybody that you had called to Niagara Falls.
So what room are we currently
Fucking
in?
Avengers Endgame.
Are we like in like the front room?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
in like the foyer.
Okay, I'm trying to picture how many people we can fit in, because I'm not. I guess he
Gonna
does have a
be-
big, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's a big foyer, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be a tight squeeze though, because you have big feet here.
Yeah, Missy's gonna stick her fingers in her mouth and let out one of those really loud whistles to get everyone's attention and be like, "Oi, problems over here."
Oh, they know. They're pushing through because Pazuzu's like, "Move your asses."
I'm less worried about like Pazuzu and more about the fact that Shadow's arguing with Samantha.
You should worry about him arguing with Susan.
He's smart. He'll stop. Well, if he's smart, he'll stop. How's
Okay.
that?
How big's this portal?
Big
Like
enough.
2.5
like
dragons.
Like a hangar door.
Sure. It fills up like most of the room so people can come in.
16
But it's
fridges wide.
Jesus Christ.
You hired the Russo brothers for this scene?
I did, yes. 100%.
Look, Gerundo, we're Americans. We will do everything to not use metric.
Yeah, I'm making it easy for you.
It's 3 horses abreast.
1/16 of a foot.
Yeah, I realized it'd be way bigger if they were snoot to tail, wouldn't it?
A corgi-sized meteor weighing as much as 3 elephants.
Everybody can fit through, I'm assuming. Is what we're getting at. Yes.
Everybody can fit through. And
Shadow, over here.
See, I told you, look. Don't worry, I'm coming.
Pardon me, excuse me, pardon.
Pardon me?
Just get knocked over by some big feet.
You guys didn't eat all the pizza rolls, did you?
We did not have
a
the
chance
opportunity to make them.
Yeah.
What do you know? Hungry? I've been fighting possessed mobsters for like the last 8 seconds.
You watch the walls start shaking again.
What's the difference?
Where's Silas at?
Oh.
Yeah.
I held it up. I hold up a little sphere. He's right here. Don't worry.
Why do you have my grandfather in a Pokeball?
Because I thought he was going to die, and I didn't want him to die, so I saved him. And
That's
I don't,
very kind of you.
I don't
Why
know
don't
if
you
we
let
can get
him
him
out
out,
now?
or well, I don't know how to do that. But we probably could figure that out, but I just didn't want him to die.
You don't know how to open it? We're probably gonna need. He can like turn into a lot of helpful stuff,
Filbert.
and there's.
I'm not a wizard.
All right, here,
Filbert.
just give it to Misty.
Let me see that.
All right, don't drop it. Your grandpa's in there.
I'm well aware. Okay, I want to examine this thing and see if I can figure out how to release my great granddad out of there.
Roll use magic.
Cool. I beat up my microphone. That is a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you figured that if you push in just the right places on the side and put just a little bit of magic in it, it will open up.
Okay, I'll put enough magic to like light up my thumbs as I'm pressing in the right pressure points.
So you push on it, and Silas falls out onto the ground.
And now Sauron can see you.
Oh, that's a problem.
Silas looks bad.
What happened? Are you all right?
Oh no.
I don't think I've got long left.
Can I help?
I don't think so.
You see where the divine has cut into Silas. It is glowing. And it is not healing.
See, this is why I didn't want him to die. I put him in the ball.
I don't know if that helped.
Well, then it was going to be raining holy water on him. I was trying to do something.
Shadow, I appreciate it. I understand where you're coming from on that, and I appreciate it. Let's refocus, yeah?
As you guys refocus around Silas, you see that Susan steps up to be with the shadowy entity, and you see her hands kind of flare out, and you watch as a barrier starts to form with the shadow creature. But as she is doing this, you watch as these giant horns sprout from her head, and her mouth splits into a large, toothy smile. And her eyes go completely red as she focuses her magic on this barrier between you all and whatever is outside.
Look, she didn't need to get hotter, Dragon Bait.
Didn't she? Didn't she?
So what do we think Silas needs? Seth, or Misty?
Divine stuff is a little outside of my usual knowledge. Seth, any ideas?
I've seen this injury. I can take away some of the pain, but I can't fix it. Do you want me to try? To make you feel better?
Please just hold my hand.
She'll take his hand.
He is cold anyway, but like if possible, he feels even colder and just frail and light and not good.
She's going to use her lay on hands to try to alleviate some of the pain. Is a 10.
Okay.
So on a 10, he's stabilized.
It looks slightly less waxy, but yeah, not good.
Yeah, you come around to the other side and hold his other hand.
Now, girls, I want you to know that these last few years where we've all been together have been some of the best times of my life, and you're the closest thing I've got to a family. Everything I've got, it's yours. You do with it, use it, make the world a better place, Misty. Leave it better than we left it. Shadow, I'm proud of you. You've come a long way. The impetuous young man who tried to sever my head. I suppose that prophecy was never up to much after all. And Filbert, you dear sweet boy, I've loved you from the first day I met you. And I know that you don't feel the same way. And I wish I could have been honest with you before now. But I thought the rejection might set me over the edge. I just want you to be happy, Filbert. It all seems so silly now.
And with that, Silas has passed.
What do you mean though? Silas has passed.
His hands go limp in Misty's and Laseth's. His eyes roll back into his head, and he is laying there, more lifeless than a vampire could be.
Filbert's just looking like between Laseth and Misty, like surely one of them's about to do something. Like surely this can't.
This... Misty. May I take him to his library?
Yes, please.
And Laseth does not have to roll to take a body with her successfully.
Okay, you take him to his library.
I will settle him in his chair and fold his hands in his lap. We'll wait here for us, friend. We will finish this when the fight is done. And she returns to the group.
As you do, you see a dark energy rip through the front of the house, breaking through both the dark spirit's barrier and Susan's, throwing her back. Pazuzu catching her before she can hit the ground. And he looks at her, and she tells him to go. Before she stands back up and preparing with the rest of you to start the fight. As you look out, you can see the spider amongst a horde of monsters, of people, and of the divine. Some of them you recognize, friends that you supposedly had, that you worked with, here to stop the one group that has put a stop to his plan over and over again. What he wasn't expecting is the rest of the people that decided to fight for this world too. Who wants to go first?
Misty will stand up from where she was kneeling next to her grandfather. She'd stayed there while Layseth took his body. Her face turned away from everyone else for a moment, and then she stands up, her expression just cold. The coldest I think anyone's ever seen her. And she brushes down the front of her leather coat, pulls out her wand and turns around, and fire just erupts around her hands as she stalks toward the opening.
You are not the only one that starts walking forward. You have a group that is following you. Susan takes up beside you. Her horns have not disappeared. Her eyes are still very red. God damn it, Jeremy.
For those who only saw our reactions and not why we reacted, Jeremy put into the Zoom chat, "I know it's late, Gerundu, but I didn't know you were that tired."
Yeah, I didn't ruin the moment. You did. I just typed it. He's like, good night, guys.
I just want to watch this one.
Grundu has been through so many late nights with him. He's like, I'll take a nap during this one.
The big sleep.
You stalk forward
The final
with Pazuzu's wife, and you guys start the fight. Roll for me, kick some ass.
For me, that's use magic because
you're a magic person.
I am throwing like a fireball into the center of all of this to kick it off, where it's like, fuck you, you.
Yep.
And the dice agreed with me. That's double sixes for a 15.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So you channel.
Oh, motherfucker.
You channel all of this anger. Something that you probably haven't done in a while is just let your magic go. And you hurl a much larger fireball than you expected. The good thing is, you were the first one to attack. So it's not going to hit any of your friends. As you hurl this ball, somebody does try and come up beside you and try and stab you. Susan blocks it with her sword and shoves them back closer to the fire. You have eviscerated quite a few people who were people, because there are FBI agents in here as well.
Yeah, Misty doesn't care anymore.
Nope. That's fine.
Everything that made her care about that was at this moment was taken away when she watched her grandfather die.
That is, I completely understand. So you and Susan are fighting, not each other, obviously. But the amount of people that are on that area. Who wants to go next?
Lyseth is going to use her angel wings and go straight into the center of the group of divine, drawing her holy sword, her giant flaming holy sword. And he is also going to kick some ass.
Hey.
That is an 8.
So partial. You go and you slice it down on one of the divine. You're angry. You're not paying attention to a lot of your surroundings. So as you do, another one goes in and stabs into your side. 1 harm, but I think you have armor. Or do you not?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have holy armor.
Okay. As that happens, you are also then, you feel a, not feel, but you see the shadow erupts around you as well, as Delilah steps in with you and starts to fight with you against the divine. You see tendrils of darkness start to wrap around some of the divine, pulling them down to the ground to make them easier to hit.
Excellent.
Who's next?
I think for Filbert, so when did like the entire like front of the house, is the entire like front part of the house gone?
Yes.
Or okay. Outside.
Ida is livid.
I would hope
This is
so.
her home.
She's got insurance.
He does not.
This is certainly not an act of God.
Can we see Fuckhead?
Yeah, where's that fuck?
Yep, you see him towards the back.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. He would put an army between you 4 and himself.
He doesn't even have the courage of Thanos, and that's stupid low.
Yeah, he's called the Spider for a reason, guys.
Well, shit. Really, I mean, Filbert mostly is like just still kind of just has like the shotgun just kind of like limp by his side, kind of just still like waiting for Misty or Lyseth to like fix Silas. It's like just because this is the first time everybody in this party except Filbert's magical, right? This is like the first time someone actually got hurt or died, and like I'm just waiting for like the magic shit to come and heal them. But now that I think Filbert sees Misty and Lyseth like fighting and no longer like trying to help Silas, I really would. I know Filbert would mostly just be focusing on Fuckhead, but I looked, and unfortunately, the shotgun does have the close. So I'm guessing I got.
As you are looking out towards it, you see Harry put a hand on your shoulder. And he looks at you and you want to get close to him?
Yeah, can you get me close enough for my shotgun?
He grins, and you see all him and his other Bigfoot start to form basically what looks like a linebacker line
Oh,
to get
fuck
you
yeah!
out of this fucking crowd.
Fuck yeah, I knew I made my fucking lawyer a Bigfoot for a reason. I knew it was going to come down to this fucking moment right here. Yes, I'm going to get behind them, let them try to form some kind of wedge, and at least, like, even if they're just just moving all the demons and shit, like, just out of the way, or just so that I can get close enough within range of Fuckhead. I want to get, I want to get as close as I
So
can.
they're gonna form. We're gonna do that on your next kind of turn, because it's gonna
Gotcha.
take a bit. Misty and Lyseth, you guys are fighting on these sides of the things. Next thing you know, you feel this huge rush of hairy men start running, and you see Filbert running as fast as he can to keep up. And they are batting away people. You see one guy flies into the air and just starts falling. We'll come back to that. Shadow, what are you doing?
I mean, Shadow is still looking at the spot where Silas is laying only moments ago, because I imagine this all happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn and try to look past all of the divine in his path and try to lock eyes with the spider. He's going to hold up his sword and say, "I'm coming for you, fuckhead!" And he's going to attempt to sprint into the fray. I mean, his goal is to dodge the others and try to go straight for Jeff, but he's probably not gonna.
I'm gonna let you do this because that's what Filbert's doing as well. You follow the linebacker line of Big Feet, going straight for that guy.
Get your own fucking Bigfoot linebacker line, Shadow. You should have made your lawyer a Bigfoot.
There is some people like trying to follow you guys, so I feel like as you're going, Shadow, you turn and like hit them with your sword. If you want to, unless you're completely focused on Jeff.
I mean, I guess he would like deflect oncoming attacks and stuff, but his goal was not to necessarily attack any of them.
Sure.
Just to kind of sprint through them, get past them, and attempt to get to Jeff.
Okay.
Spider.
Okay. The big feet, Bigfoots. I don't know what the plural is for Bigfoot.
Proud feet.
The proud feet get you guys very close before they start slowing because there is a lot of other creatures pushing against them. Harry decks a guy in the face and he just flies into the crowd closest to Misty. You guys are not within distance yet, but you are closer. You are in the middle of the fray now.
Okay. Well, since this is like sports talk now, I'm gonna... One time in 6th grade, I played football, and I thought it'd be a good idea to... I was a linebacker. I was gonna jump off of one of my own teammates' back to tackle the quarterback, and I did it, and I thought it was awesome. And then I got removed from the field because that's against the rules.
Is that a real life Jeremy story?
That's a real story, and so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run, jump off one of these Bigfoot's back, putting myself in danger. I'm like 12 feet in the air, just sword, and I'm coming down, going for the fuckhead.
What if BB kicks you out of this game too, Jeremy? You didn't think of that? You might go 0 for 2 on this move.
I will not do that to you. Oh my gosh, what do I need you to roll?
I'll roll what I need to roll, but that's what I'm attempting to do.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. They say don't run with scissors. I'm jumping with a katana.
Sure,
Would it be act under pressure? I think that's usually like the do cool shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do act under pressure to make sure that if you roll well, no one stops you, kind of thing.
Okay. Sure. Fuck. Could my dice have gone? I literally just had them in my hand.
Dude, Jeremy, you need to put all of your dice
No, I
on
didn't
like
drop
fishing
them.
string.
They're here. Oh, they are here. We're good. The problem is they're like translucent.
And you're in a darker room. Like translucent's
I'm
just
good.
silly.
Okay. So 11.
Okay. So Harry is like bent down, like hitting this thing, and you run up its back and jump over a decent amount of people. They're all grabbing at you, trying to grab you, and you come down and I need you to roll kick some ass.
Kick some ass. All right. That's gonna be a total of 8.
Okay. So you come down and you graze him across the shoulder. You did hit him. As you do that, he reels around and puts a hand on your chest, and you feel this pulse of energy go through your body, and you are thrown back towards the Bigfoot. You're going to take 2 harm.
2 harm. Okay. He also took 2 harm.
Okay.
2 harm hand messy.
Okay.
All right, so I take first time I've ever got hurt. No one makes me bleed my own blood.
No one makes me bleed my own blood. Filbert, there is a path that has kind of opened to the spider. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to think of how I can get a shot off from behind my wall of big feet.
You do have a pistol as well.
Yeah, and I think that is going to make a little bit more sense. So the difference between those is really just really the only difference for mechanically speaking is that the pistol has reload and the shotgun has messy. But thematically and narratively, I think it does make more sense that with how big of a crowd there is in front of me, and especially with all of my big feet around me, the pistol will be a lot more safe to use instead of a shotgun. So I think I'll just like go up between two of them and try to like get their attention, tap them on the shoulder so that they spread just enough to give me a little bit of room where I try to take a shot at Fuckhead.
They move for you easily. They understand. Your fucking digital dice. I am so mad that I could fucking see it on your screen from here.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I can see your screen, bitch.
You
got a
all
6
your
and a 1.
Yeah, I know. That's why I made because I got a -1 for my tough. How do you see? Where are you seeing this?
It's on the far right hand side of your box.
Okay, so for me.
And
now we can't see it.
Yeah, I was still. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Okay, I still don't know exactly what you guys are seeing because for me, I've got the Twitch like overlay pulled up. So mine, I've got our boxes are all cropped a little bit. But yes, I did get a 6 + 1, 7 -1, so 6 total.
You miss.
But you have luck.
Yeah, I'm using a luck to shoot Fuckhead.
Okay, so that is a 12. And you shoot him.
That is, that will be for. So the thing is, on here, I've only got the Magnum on my sheet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because it has the same amount of damage as a shotgun, 3 damage. But I believe in canon, we've said that Filbert just has like a 9mm, which I think in game is like 2 harm instead.
It's a magical weapon because it was your grandmother's.
Yes.
And so it will do 4 damage.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. The magical Magnum.
I will say that because this is a creature that we have been trying to fight for a while, it doesn't have the same amount of boxes. So, he is not dead, but he looks royally pissed. Back to Misty.
Yeah, he's not the only one who's royally pissed. Like Misty is scanning the battlefield, and then she just locks on to Lord Fuckhead, and is like, you don't get the moniker of the spider. You're not special enough for that anymore. You're just a fuckhead. And she's gonna raise her wand and draw some sigils in the air. She wants to trap Lord Fuckhead in a container that won't allow him to teleport away or run away. She wants to hold him in place for the people who are up close trying to hurt him.
Sure. Roll for me.
For that, I use my practitioner ability to take +1 to use magic when I'm doing that particular ability.
Okay.
Easy box. All right, that is an 11 total.
Okay. It traps him. He is in the box. You see him smirk. But he is not able to do anything right now.
That smirk makes this like red rage pound through Misty, but she tries to like calling actually on Granddad's training. Breathe, push the rage aside for a moment and look around to see what she missed.
Okay. Roll for me sharp.
That is a 10.
Okay. As you are looking around, you start to see those spider webs again, moving through the crowd, attached to all of the people that are there. Not the ones that are on your side, but on the ones that are his side. But they're not leading back to that cage. And you're not sure where they are right now. You're looking around, you're trying to find it, but there's a lot of chaos happening right now. Susan is, as you are looking around, she is making sure that no one is getting to you.
Yeah, I was gonna call that out to her, but I'll like glance and see that she's like a one-woman wall of force around me, basically.
Basically, yeah, she is. There's a reason that people are scared of Susan and not just Pazuzu.
Valid. Yeah, I do want to take, and this may be my whole next turn, and I'm fine with that, but I want to like try to focus and like tap into obviously this is a D&D, so it's not the weave, but into that energy that is leading into all of these people and try to figure out, because I just had the horrible thought that this isn't the real spider that I just trapped. So where is he?
Sure. It is going to take you some time, and Susan is trying her best, and you have some other people that are now joining her going, why the fuck did this person stop? Like,
yeah, and like Misty's hands are glowing this like light blue, as are her eyes, as she like holds a wand in one hand and has the other like out, and is kind of like playing the spider webs like they're harp strings, trying to figure out where the vibration goes back to.
Sure. It's going to take you a little bit of time to do that. There are people around you. You, out of the corner of your eye, see someone like come towards you, and Susan whips in and takes him down. You see one person that is on your team fall as they are cut down beside you, but she is doing her best to keep you safe while you do this, because she knows what magic looks like.
Yeah, and I'm forcing myself to stay focused past even like I imagine I feel a trace of the blood on my cheek as or on the back of my hand as I'm working. I'm just like, focus, make this worth it.
Yep. We're gonna jump over to Layseth. What are you doing?
Very single-mindedly plowing down every single one of the divine that she can see.
Okay. You and Delilah have already taken out 2 of them. There is a lot of divine here. You don't know why they would be a part of this.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if she should try banishing them, but I don't know if that would help. No, she's just going to keep slicing.
Okay, roll some, kick some ass.
Slice and dice.
That is 11 plus 2 is 13.
Easily, you slice them down. You are not happy. You're not happy with the people that you thought you could trust, that had you doing things for them to your friends, thinking that it was because of one thing, and they had lied to you the whole time.
And it was a divine wound that killed my friend.
A divine wound that killed your friend. A friend that your oldest friend.
Yeah. So, fuck all of them. We are plowing through them.
All right. Circle back to Filbert and Shadow. I will let you two decide what you want to do. You have seen what you believe is a spider to be locked in a cage. Easier to get to. The big feet are pushing through, trying to get you guys closer again.
Yeah, so what's that look like, the cage he's in? Because I'm not sure if I was picturing it right. Can I still shoot him through it?
Misty's magic tends to manifest most often as fire, so I imagine like a ripple of fire around him, close, close to his skin, but not like actually actively burning him, but preventing him from moving, preventing him from teleporting. It's like a shimmer all over him that you would recognize. You've been around Misty's magic enough. You would recognize it as hers.
Are things allowed to go through it, but nothing's allowed to go out?
Basically, yeah, because I am trapping that particular creature.
Yeah.
Can Filbert shoot into it and
Yes.
still shoot? Okay, then I think Filbert doesn't. I mean, I know all of this has been happening simultaneously. So from Filbert's point of view, he was just walking up, shooting at Fuckhead, and then just sees this fire cage go around him. And I don't think Filbert's gonna like change strategy whatsoever. I'm just gonna keep walking up with the big feet spread apart, and I'm gonna just, as I'm walking closer to the fire cage now, take another shot. As long as there's nothing, like immediately threatening me.
Harry and his buddies, his family, his friends.
I'll have to figure it out because I don't think Filbert knew there was more. I think Filbert only knew about Harry. So Filbert's going to have some questions. Are these relatives, friends?
Sure.
Why haven't I heard about them yet?
Roll kick some ass.
It's got to be better than last time, right?
Don't say that, man.
It's a 1 plus a 1 minus 1. So I got a 1.
A person breaks through the Bigfoot, and this is because you rolled exponentially bad.
Yeah.
And you feel a knife get plunged into your shoulder, into the back of your shoulder.
Okay. How much is that?
It's gonna be 2 damage.
Okay.
And I don't think you have
I don't
armor.
have any armor, so 1 more damage and I am unstable.
Cool.
Is that knife just sticking out of me? Like, does it
No,
look
they
cool?
pulled it out.
Oh, okay.
They go to stab you again, and Harry like punches over your head.
Okay. Yeah. So I think like as soon as I get stabbed is when I was squeezing the trigger, and it just pulls up and just goes off into the whatever's across the street from the house, woods or another.
Yeah.
Hopefully not another
You
house.
shoot a deer.
I was gonna say hopefully it's not like a neighborhood. I don't imagine it's a
No,
neighborhood
it's
because he's
not.
got rabbits and shit.
Well, and Silas lives down the street from you, and we've established you live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I would say he lives down the street.
It is
He
down the
lives-
street, but it's like
Now
in
he's
the
my
woods. It's like
roommate,
a
technically.
It was the local cursed house, and nobody wanted to live or
Yeah.
live near it.
Shadow, your turn.
So it's as far as we know at the actual spider who is right there stabbing Filbert.
No, that was a different guy.
It's a rando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That was a rando. You
Some
fucking
rando, okay.
cheap sucker stabbed me.
Now is the rando still like right there attacking Filbert?
Yeah, fucking kill him, dude.
No, Bigfoot punched him.
Knocked him
yeah.
out.
Okay.
I didn't know if
he's-
it was a 1-punch knockout.
Yeah,
It's
I
not a
didn't know if it was
one-punch
just
knockout, but
over.
he did stumble back. If you want to take care of him, you can, Shadow.
Well, I mean, Shadow's not like some maniac. He's not like just murdering people. I just like if someone was attacking Filbert, I would probably attack them.
Okay.
Prioritize that. But if the closest person to me is still Spider, since I
It's
was like
not.
right there, it's not.
No, because he shoved you back with a pulse.
And I was like
So you're-
that far back. Okay.
It was far enough back. You're not like right next to him anymore.
Okay. Well, I guess if I'm that far from the spider, but I'm still somewhat close to Filbert, I guess I'd probably try to go help Filbert. So I'm gonna, roll on the ground, kind of
Okay.
ascertain that I did not break anything, at least as far as I can tell, and just like stand back up, and I'm like holding the sword. It's almost like an anime. I'm like gripping my side with one arm, like my rib, and I'm like dragging the sword like in pain. And he's just like, "You bastard!" And he's gonna run forward, and I guess I'll attack whoever is closest to Filbert
Sure.
with my sword.
Roll kick some ass.
Roll kicking ass. That is 9.
Okay. You roll over, to Filbert and slash at the guy. It cuts across his chest. You see this like black smoke start to pillow out of his chest, and he's about to lunge at you to attack back, but a massive hellhound rips his head off.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Where's Delilah?
Delilah is back with the Divine and Laceth.
Okay. I was going to ask her some questions about New York City, but that can wait.
New York City.
Hey there, Delilah.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Right, cool.
Misty, you are trying to discern where the spider is. You pull one of the webs, and it goes taut.
Mm-hmm.
As you pull, there is a massive pulse that radiates across the crowd, and everybody goes down. Not dead, but it's enough power to radiate out and knock people off their feet. You look up from where you landed next to Susan, and her dress is not looking good.
Counterpoint, it's being torn in all of the like strategic ways that make it even sexier.
It was more of the blood,
You can barely see it. It's a black dress.
You see a version of the man that you have seen before. He is standing in front of you, all of you, and you see that he has the same symbols that Kenny had on him, where it looks like he is drawing power from the things that are fighting you guys now, and he is stealing their power. I need everybody to take your headphones off, except for Silas.
Look at their faces.
Silas.
Yes.
You wake up
Oh,
in a very familiar place.
I wasn't expecting that.
Describe the house that you lived in with your wife.
It was a. Let me put my Silas voice back on. Hold on. It was a charming little cottage in the countryside. We had a small parcel of land, and she would grow herbs in the garden and magical reagents and all that kind of thing. And I would tend to the small amount of livestock we had. It was quite idyllic, really, after the war.
You are in that place now. You find it's almost brighter than what you remember it being. The colors are more like a pastel color. It's very calming. And your wife walks into the room and go, "Oh, Silas, we have guests. What are you doing? Still asleep?"
I must have been having some sort of dream. I'll look at myself. Do I look withered and old?
No. It looks like you are what you were right after the war when you guys first moved into this place.
Okay, so being in his 30s, like. I don't. Darling, what was I doing before this?
Well, you said you weren't feeling well, so you wanted to sit down for a little bit, and you fell asleep. You had just fed the, livestock. I was getting some tea prepared, but a bunch of your friends are here.
Piggy? Has he popped around?
No, just come and look, honey.
I'd better not. And yeah, Silas stands.
Yeah, she takes your hand, and you feel her hand. It's probably the first time in a long time that you have felt her touch. And she leads you to the front door. She gently pats your back and goes, Go hang out with your friends. I'll see you later.
All right, darling. I love you.
I love you too.
You just see tears just sort of rolling down his face. He doesn't understand why. And then he opens the door.
When you open the door, you are greeted by a white light. And as your eyes adjust, you see you are surrounded by every entity you have ever spoken to. Oh, Silas.
Hello?
Very androgynous looking person steps forward. And you recognize them as Loki.
Hello, Loki.
Hi. You see everyone. Pazuzu is there. You do not see Susan, though.
I'm dead, aren't I?
You are dead.
Well, I guess that's been a long time coming.
For some of us, yes. For some others, we found your antics to be quite amusing.
I mean, I have done some pretty funny things.
You have.
So? What are we proposing here?
They laugh. We knew this was coming, what you're dealing with now. The problem is, we were not supposed to get involved. I say supposed to, but somebody, and their eyes dart to Pazuzu, likes to get involved. The spider, they roll their eyes. Everybody rolls their eyes. You see somebody spit on the ground.
Would you like a hanky? I think I've got one somewhere.
It's been a thorn in all of our sides. Treaties be that we cannot get involved. Different laws of the world. But he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing either.
I mean, he doesn't seem to give much of a flying fig for the rules.
Yes. You would think that we would have gotten involved with that, but you know how it is. Bureaucracy, as it were.
Yeah.
Pazuzu has always
red
broken.
tape.
Yes. Pazuzu has always broken the law. He has quite a fondness for you. Some of us have had in-depth conversations about what's supposed to happen to you. Because you have promised your soul to quite a few of us.
Yes, I did sort of do that.
But we have also seen you bring people together that would not usually be brought together. You have a divine on your side. Interesting, seeing as they are part of the issue. You managed to convince a hunter not to kill you. You did that.
I think just you need to just give people a chance, and very often they'll prove themselves to be decent enough folk.
Indeed. We did a little bit of betting with what you were going to do to decide what happens to you next.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Am I going to be put on a rack in a lake of fire? Will
You would
I have
enjoy
my
that too
soul
much.
devoured by Yog Sothoth? What's going to happen?
We're sending you back. Don't get too excited, Silas. You're not going back as the same.
Well, what am I going back as? A plague
An
hatch or something?
amalgamation, because we have decided to lend you our power.
Well,
It's not us getting involved directly, it is us getting involved through you. What this will do to you after you are done, we do not know. But if anybody can handle it, it's gonna be you.
well, I'll give it the old college try.
And with that, Loki holds out their hand to you.
Silas takes it.
Okay. You feel a surge of power go through you as you watch others wrap their hands around Loki's hand and your hand and give you the strength to come back.
Princes of the Universe by Queen starts playing in the background.
You wake up in your library. You hear the commotion outside. While yes, you still look like an old man, you do feel your heart beating. Your clothes are immaculate. You are definitely wearing one of Pazuzu's suits.
I can't decide whether this is white and gold or blue and black.
As you wake up, you feel the pulse that the others had felt outside. Whatever is happening, it is not good.
Well, Silas is dusting himself down, adjusting his collar.
Okay.
And marching towards the front door.
Okay. Let me get everybody else back in. Jeremy!
There we go. So what happened?
You wait for it. You all were pushed to the ground as you turn to see the spider standing over everybody. Misty, as your eyes readjust, you see that the tendrils you were seeing leading from these people back to that power are not tendrils. He is draining every single one of them.
Okay.
I need everybody to roll sharp.
Hell yeah. That's my, one thing.
9.
Okay.
6.
6.
Okay.
6, and that was my
Okay.
one. I need a new digital dice roll. This was a 3
I
and a
think you
1.
just need real dice.
I know. I've got
use
so
luck.
many.
Use
yeah,
luck.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna look this.
Give me just a second. Let me deal with a thing.
Because, at least the running theory is this is either the last episode or the second to last. Smoke him if you've got him.
Yeah, I want. This seems like a very important thing, and yeah.
Jeremy, what did you roll?
11.
Okay.
Nice.
So you all are starting to stand. You're hurting a bit. All of you are. It's been a hard battle. A rough one. Layseth, Delilah is slowly helping you up from the divine. You're kind of the closest to the spider right now, which is terrifying. He has like black veins running over his flesh, and his eyes are like glowing a deep dark purple. And he is almost looks like he is out of control with how much power is running through him. Filbert, as you are turning to stand up, you glance back to the house. And then, Shadow, you do the same. Misty, you're the last one to turn. And walking down the stairs, in a suit that might be gold and white, or black and blue, is your grandfather.
I come back to you now at the turn of the tide.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Perfect.
All right.
We'll be right back, everyone.
All right. Be right back.
From the city that brought you Kentucky Fried Chicken, Sluggers, and Muhammad Ali comes Roll for Weird, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. Join Philbert Fogel, Doomsday Prepper and Expert.
I mean, I'm kind of like the linchpin that's keeping everything together in the group.
Layseth, the Divine, and the Sensible.
And I still owe him my life, so I would have to end yours. It would be a mess.
Shadow, the Edgy Initiate.
I trust him with my life. I don't know if I trust him with, my bank account or my car or something like that.
Misty Charlotte Palladino, Spellslinger, and Trenchcoat Enthusiast.
But I haven't set anything on fire that I haven't meant to set on fire.
Silas Lancaster, Elderly Vampire.
There's only one Filbert. They broke the mold when they made Filbert.
And Dragonbait as the Creeper Keeper.
Silas, get back in your room!
Roll for Weird on Twitch, streaming monthly. New podcast episodes every other Friday. Available on Apple or wherever you find your podcasts.
Ah, so nice of you to stop by. Come in, come in. I'm Silas Lancaster, and this is my library. Within these tomes, you will find tales of monsters, both figurative and literal. Tales to make the strongest of us blanch in fear. Such stories are dangerous, and consumption must be strictly rationed. As such, I shall share but one story from my library each Thursday in October each year. Be sure to tune your wireless receiver to Storytime with Silas. Alternatively, subscribe on those podcast providers the youth seem so fond of.
Campaign 2 of Halfway to Heroes. Darker, grittier, and much more dignified than Campaign 1.
We see the Forever Storm, a 50-mile wide storm centered on the Severed Key. Though dangerous, it is vital to the survival of nearly every being in this slice of pizzazz. This source of energy is...
I forgot the name for it.
I forgot the name.
Pizzazz or pizzazz?
Pizzazz.
It sounded like he said pizzazz.
It's supposed to be Beezazz or whatever.
You know what? I fucking knew that was gonna happen.
I forgot all about it, dude.
Okay, maybe not. But either way, join us every other Tuesday wherever you get your podcast as we start a brand new story featuring 4 monsters that have to put aside their differences if they're to stop the armies of men once and for all.
Do you like Dungeons & Dragons lore? Do you like drunk history? Well, then Lore and Pour is the show for you, where we combine the two. I'm Adam DeWeese, and I'm the host, and I bring on a cast of rotating guests, and we hang out before the show, have a few drinks, and then they are given their topic 30 minutes prior to pressing the record button, where they study up on the topic, and then we hit record, and whatever they say goes. They are treated as if they are the leading experts in the field, and I ask the questions that you never thought you needed to ask, such as, how do mind flayers go to the bathroom?
Yeah, they just go one time, and it's pee and poop, and it's green.
What's the most dangerous creature in the astral plane?
It just pinch it, you know?
Yeah.
Just...
And that whale's like, you know
They
what?
got pinchers?
Oh,
You don't
do
even
they
know
have
about
pinchers?
Find the answers to all these questions and much, much more, whether they're accurate or not, on Lore and Pour. You can find Lore and Pour on the Majestic Goose Network and wherever you download your podcast every other Monday right now.
Space. The final frontier.
Mayday alert. We are under attack.
Oh, blarney. I kinda gotta watch the tube for 10 seconds.
Rerouting auxiliary power to abjuration shields.
Someone get on those cannons. We've got company.
Are you looking for a Dungeons & Dragons sci-fi fantasy space adventure? Then what you are looking for is Eclipse. Join our crew every other week as we struggle to keep the galaxy safe. With Dr. Shepard, the Illithid cleric.
Space pirates. That was wild.
Ava Elkin, the human monk.
If we play our cards right, we might not be totally screwed.
Lita Nove, the ASMR bard.
We should be arriving in Amaron in about 2 hours.
Info O. Scott, the Warforged artificer.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and fire the sonic cannon here.
Kanan Vargas, the tiefling sorcerer.
Does anybody else think this is like a super aggressive move?
And I'm Jeremy Fair. I will be your dungeon master. Eclipse can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere you like to get your podcasts.
So you've decided to make a new home for yourself in the retirement community of Pennycross. We're very excited to have you join us. Here in Pennycross, you can enjoy some independence in your golden years, spending time with like-minded seniors without worrying about those darn kids on your lawn. We have a wide range of rental properties available and a variety of amenities staffed by locals who are middle-aged. No need to worry about crying babies or teenagers with attitude serving you at the pub. In addition, there are dozens of clubs, guilds, and activities to keep you feeling young at heart. Join our lawn bowling league, the Puzzle Club, or our renowned knitting guild. Established by Agnatha Harper nearly 200 years ago, our guild has attracted a wide range of members. We're delighted that you're making Pennycross your final home. Please ignore the ominous smoke coming from the mountain. It only started a few days ago, and I'm sure it will dissipate shortly. Welcome home, weary traveler.
Crits and Knits is a 5e actual play podcast and Twitch series, with the live streams and the podcast drops alternating every other Wednesday, starting Wednesday, February 2nd, on the Majestic Goose Network, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Gerundu.
And we are the hosts of Majestic Goose's newest podcast, Dice Talk. Dice Talk is a Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop podcast that dives into the deep topics of tabletop role-playing games.
Join us as we speak with passionate content creators, podcasters, authors, and more as we discuss all manner of tabletop and geek-related content.
Dice Talk is a bi-weekly show, so we're hitting your podcatcher with brand new episodes every other week, filling your ears with exclusive interviews and conversations that you can't find anywhere else.
Every episode is a new opportunity to hear from different creators in the tabletop community and just talk about Dungeons & Dragons and any other tabletop games that have made us who we are.
Dice Talk, now on the Majestic Goose Podcast Network. Make sure you check us out and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
A Majestic Goose Podcast.
In a world where adventure awaits and danger lurks around every corner, an unlikely group of friends find themselves on the path to becoming heroes. But school will only get them halfway. Merlin, the human warlock barber guy.
Oh god, no, I gotta buff his butt. No! Can I refuse business?
Ubo, the turtle artificer.
Well, it doesn't work yet, but I'm working on it.
Ultrex, the discarded warforged paladin.
I don't eat or sleep or wear clothes, so I just sit in the corner and wait.
And Clyde, the Goliath barbarian in skinny jeans.
They're called skinny pelts, okay?
Find us on iTunes or wherever you download your podcast by searching for Halfway to Heroes.
From the city that brought you Kentucky Fried Chicken, Sluggers, and Muhammad Ali comes Roll for Weird, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. Join Philbert Fogel, Doomsday Prepper and Expert.
I mean, I'm kind of like the linchpin that's keeping everything together in the group.
Lasath, the Divine, and the Sensible.
And I still owe him my life, so I would have to end yours. It would be a mess.
Shadow, the Edgy Initiate.
I trust him with my life. I don't know if I trust him with, my bank account or my car or something like that.
Misty Charlotte Palladino, Spellslinger, and Trenchcoat Enthusiast.
But I haven't set anything on fire that I haven't meant to set on fire.
Silas Lancaster, Elderly Vampire.
There's only one Filbert. They broke the mold when they made Filbert.
And Dragonbait as the Creeper Keeper.
Silas, get back in your room!
Roll for Weird on Twitch, streaming monthly. New podcast episodes every other Friday. Available on Apple or wherever you find your podcasts.
Ah, so nice of you to stop by. Come in, come in. I'm Silas Lancaster, and this is my library. Within these tomes you will find tales of monsters, both figurative and literal. Tales to make the strongest of us blanch in fear. Such stories are dangerous, and consumption must be strictly rationed. As such, I shall share...
Welcome back, everyone. I think this was the shortest break we have ever taken.
We couldn't wait to get back.
People are so excited to be here. Who wants to recap?
So Silas,
make Silas recap.
Actually, yeah, make Silas do it.
Previously on Roll for Weird, beloved vampire Silas Lancaster sadly shuffled off his immortal coil following some divine wounds that were not healable on his undead frame. This somewhat sent the party into a tailspin of bloodlust and revenge. Everybody except Silas went and got stuck into a big crowd of demons and assorted baddies, the unholy alliance of federal agents and divine entities and demons and clan of Horus people, getting savagely set about by everybody else. Do I recap the headphones off bit? I guess for the benefit of the audience, I would.
Everybody take your headphones off so Grundu can do this.
Okay, I'll make it brief. Silas did die, but he seemed to momentarily pass into heaven, maybe? He was in the farmhouse that he and his wife lived in after the Great War. And then she told him that he had friends waiting for him, and then he went through the front door through a bright white light and met every entity that he'd ever bargained with at any point in his long life and unlife. At which point they said, although they were forbidden to interfere directly with the goings on of the spider, that they would return Silas to life and imbue him with a fraction of each of their powers to make some Gestalt mega badass. And then Silas returned to his corporeal form and walked out of the front door and announced his presence like Gandalf.
Oh, I knew I recognized that line.
If anybody
given it
would, Ren,
away.
it would be you.
It's been too long since my last rewatch.
As you step out of the ruins that is your home, Ida's not looking happy. She is still there. She can't really leave the house, so she is just standing there. But she turns and looks at you and goes, "You're different."
Yes,
She,
I
like-
think I've done something with my hair.
She like tries to put her hand like on you to see if you're real, but she's a ghost, so she passes right through. Well, okay, solid.
You're looking beautiful as ever, Ida.
Can you fix the house when this is over with? I'm not happy about this.
I'm going to try and do something about it now, yes.
Okay. Layseth, as you're looking up at the spider, Delilah like smacks your arm quite a bit. And she's looking not at the spider, but at the opposite direction.
This thing is...
But I think that's important.
Silas.
I thought he was dead.
I thought so too.
He is not wearing the same suit he was wearing when you put him in the library. So who knows who changed him? Silas does, but
And he looks different too.
yeah.
Like he doesn't look like a vampire. He doesn't look drawn. He still looks old, but like he just looks like a genial old man instead of a slightly feral creature. Oh yeah, and importantly, his eyes, like his suit, are either gold or all black, depending on the angle you're looking at him, I guess.
Hi, everybody. I guess it's, I don't want to delay very long. We'll get some explanations in a moment, but for now, Kamehameha!
Roll for me, kick some ass.
I knew it would pay
that
off
was-
showing Silas
that's
all
an
those
8.
seasons of Dragon Ball
Okay.
Z.
So you roll to kick some ass. It does hit the spider because you rolled high enough. It doesn't do as much damage. It bursts across him, and you see it like sizzle into his skin. But it doesn't break any of like the etchings that are on him. So he is still tied to everybody around him.
Okay.
As you're standing, Misty, and Susan starts to stand up as well, a flaming portal opens beside you guys, and out steps Pazuzu. And he goes, "Sorry about that. Had some business to take care of."
Silas is
Right.
just maintaining this energy beam.
Kind of narrow my eyes at him and then glance over at Silas and be like, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about when this is over.
Well, after this is over, it's still my anniversary, so Susan and I are probably gonna...
Tomorrow we'll have a lot to talk about.
I'll explain
Right.
everything afterwards. No!
Sure you will.
Who's next?
Layseth was the one closest to this
Yes.
spider fellow. And the other things are all still on the ground?
Yeah, they don't look good.
All right.
They don't look like they're getting up, though, either. That whatever he is doing to them is weakening them a lot.
Then perhaps I will try to... Filbert was very efficient when he flayed Kenny, so... I do have a flaming holy sword. I would like to attempt to pull a Filbert.
Okay.
We're gonna try and
For
peel as a
months
spider.
now, all of y'all have been giving Filbert so much shit for playing
Yep.
Kenny, and now we're about to do it to the spider. And so,
Well,
okay.
yes,
Bad guy.
Because Kenny's our friend, then the spider's an asshole.
I will die in this podcast trying to make myself not feel so bad about playing Kenny, because I honestly did not mean to that much.
Listen, this podcast is about to be done, so you won't have to worry about us giving shit to you.
I gotta milk it to the last minute.
Absolutely, you do.
Of course. What'd you get, Danny?
That is that's kick some ass, right?
Yes.
So that's plus tough. So that is 8 plus 2 is 10.
Hell yeah. You start to he's holding out his arm, and you slice down his arm, and you get a good chunk out of it. And you, Misty, as this happens, you see those tendrils fade from some of the people. Layseth, he bats you away, and you go flying, and you take 2 harm.
I did not enjoy that. Well, I enjoyed the flaying.
She turned into a bat and flung away.
No.
I'm just saying, with as much as that happens on this.
It's only with Silas, and now he can't even do that.
Bat people away.
He
Bats
can't.
people away.
You say.
Maybe, I don't know.
You'd be like, Silas.
Hey,
that's
Silas,
a name I
turn
haven't
to a
heard
bat
in
real
long
quick.
time.
I'm busy, Filbert.
Yeah, this beam is still hitting him. It's not doing a lot right now, Silas, but we'll come back to your turn soon. Who's next? We don't really have initiative in this game. You just whoever wants to jump in.
Yeah, I mean, Filbert now with everybody else on the ground and having a clearer target at Fuckhead, Filbert's gonna switch the shotgun now and try to take a shot right at the chest. And okay, now it's a 9 minus 1, an 8. That's way better than I've been rolling all night.
So, right as where Silas's beam is hitting, you shoot him in the chest, and you see part of his chest explode. But he is not down. You see it trying to knit itself back together.
Okay.
Did you get closer to him at all?
I would have to be close, whatever. I forget what close is in Monster of the Week mechanics.
Yeah.
But that's how close I have to get for the shotgun.
Okay, so he starts to lunge forward, and he grabs you by the throat. And he has a hold of you now.
Okay. Don't love it, but okay.
Feel his fingers digging into your neck.
The way you envisioned it.
Any harm from that?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm 1 away from unstable.
I know. I know. We've had all of these things where we could have put you in armor. Did we do it?
I know. We've had years to buy me some kind of armor, and you know what? It's fine.
No, it is not.
Kept getting outbid on eBay.
By fucking
Absolutely how it
Lord
happened.
Fuckhead 37 over and over. He just kept buying all the body armor.
He's like, I got this one, guys. 1 minute left. He gets outbid.
Who hasn't gone in this rotation?
I mean, technically, I haven't done anything really yet besides have a portal open next to me. But
Yes. No, it's your turn then. Between you and Shadow.
Okay.
That wasn't
Shadow,
gonna be your turn. Pazuzu showing the fuck up.
You know,
Hello.
you moved on from me immediately afterwards, so I wasn't sure.
Nope, I
Surprise
apologize.
round.
You're fine. You should, Jeremy. Did you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, Shadow, cut that dude open that was attacking Filbert, and then Silas showed up. I think Shadow, looking at Silas now that he's doing like an energy beam, is gonna hold up my little triangular occult viewer and look through it and see if I see I don't know. I haven't really been clear on what it can or can't do, but I'm gonna peer through it at Silas and see if I see anything abnormal or strange, or I don't know. You know, just seeing what I can glean with that little device I have, my soothsaying device.
So you've looked at Silas through this before. You guys have been hanging out for a long time.
I sure have.
Silas doesn't look like a vampire anymore. The energy he was giving off was one of almost necromantic because of like being undead himself. It's hard to look at Silas through the viewfinder. There seems to be a lot of different auras coming off of him. And it is not what you remember, but there's nothing connecting him to the spider.
Is it like Frodo putting on a ring and he sees all the wraiths and shit? Like, is that what he looks like? This like spectral being?
Sort of, but not.
Is this
not
the Witch
in a...
King? Is what I'm asking.
No. As you like pan around him, there is one color that you pick up that matches someone else that's in the crowd right now. And as you look through it, you see that Pazuzu has a similar shade of what Silas has.
Ha! Silas the White. I'll be like, Silas, is that you? Is that really you? And he's in like a suit and stuff, so I wouldn't even be able to see like where the wound was before, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, it's me. I am sort of trying to concentrate at the moment.
What are all the other people doing now that there's this chaos and this beam and stuff?
So the ones that are connected to the spider are not getting up. The others are starting to get up and turn to start helping you guys fight him.
So pretty much the spider is like draining all of the spider's buddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I see
even the humans?
Like webs and stuff?
You can if you're looking through your viewfinder.
Is it like they're still being drained or they're all drained? Like it's over?
Being drained. It's not.
I'm gonna sprint around and start trying to sever the connectors.
Use use magic.
To like stop as much.
Yeah, see if your magic can cut through that.
Okay. So 8, I'm just gonna be +3 actually. So 8 + 3, 11. Use magic.
Okay. So you do slice through quite a few of them, and you see that like they kind of wither away, almost threads kind of unraveling as you do this.
So I'm gonna try and stop as much of this energy as possible. You all get the spider, and I'm just running around focusing on trying to stop him from getting more and more powerful.
That's a good idea.
Sure. Misty.
Honestly, I want to do something very, very similar. I'm like, I see the threads that the Shadow is cutting, and I want to like come in from the opposite direction and try to like basically gather them up and set them on fire because spider webs tend to be fairly flammable. And if I can, I want to see if I can have like a feedback loop, like just pour my power into it and have that just have like a magical backlash.
Sure. So you roll magic for me.
Yes, ma'am. That is a bad roll. I'm going to use luck to make that a 12.
Okay. You gather up some of the threads and you set them on fire. It's not like your normal fire because the threads are not really there. But there's this like translucent magical fire that starts to burn away. You do not get all of them. There are hundreds of people connected to him, but you get quite a few. And as you are doing that, Pazuzu and Susan are going to run towards the spider and start to physically fight him and try to get Filbert out from the spider's hand. Filbert, roll for me sharp. Act under pressure.
Okay, so, my question is, I've got a thing called, I've read about this sort of thing, where whenever I roll for act under pressure, I can do sharp instead of cool.
Okay.
Is this something I could have read about?
You flayed Kenny, so
Okay.
yes.
Have you read about being strangled to death? I don't want to know about your internet search history.
That's good news, because I believe that brings me up from the lowest level of success to like the medium level of success, because that means that I'll have a 9 total if I can roll my sharp instead.
Yes, you can. So you're a man that has many talents. One of those talents is a big knife.
I cast big knife.
Yes, please. I use my last spell slot for.
As he is holding you, you see on his arm a very familiar symbol that you remember being on Kenny's body.
I've got it probably still in my fucking closet. No, I don't. Filbert doesn't. Filbert doesn't. That was a joke. That was a one-up Adam joke. Filbert did not save Kenny's chest hanging in his closet. That is not canon.
Kenny still doesn't
That's some
like
Ed
you.
Gein stuff.
That is not canon.
You said it on the podcast live. So you take your big knife.
I'm very disappointed in you,
and
Philip.
you start cutting into his arm that's holding your neck to flay his skin.
I love that I used.
I love that that's come back.
I love that I got to use. I've read about this. Flay another
As
person.
you cut into his flesh, he lets you go and you fall to the ground.
Okay.
I need you to act under pressure again.
So I got a 6.
You read
on
about falling to the
die,
ground.
So that's either a 7 or it's the same. I don't think I've read about this kind of thing would factor in for this. So it would be a 7 total.
Okay, so as you hit the ground, the spider brings his foot up to stomp down on you, and you roll out of the way just in time.
Okay. No harm.
No harm.
No harm, no foul.
All right. Silas.
Right, well, I'm going to try and bloody well get this force beam to work properly this time. I haven't fully adjusted to the combined power of so many entities from beyond the veil, and haha, Kamehameha! 10.
You manage to hit him hard in the chest, and you see it start to burn away one of the sigils that he has as more of the threads start to unravel from him.
Do I get to choose an additional effect for it?
Yes, you do. What would you like it to do?
I would like the sheer force of the Kamehameha to push him to the ground and pin him there, please.
Okay. He loses his balance and falls to the ground.
Have at you, you scum.
Literally a Kamehameha.
Yes,
it's
basically.
like canon, like it's actually what
Shadow
he's
do
doing.
Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, Spirit Bomb. I'm gonna need the help from all our viewers out there.
Next up, I think it was Layseth.
Layseth is.
You watch as the spider falls to the ground with this blast of energy that Silas has thrown at him.
All right. I
As you
have been pushed back, right?
A little bit, yes. You were
Go ahead.
thrown back when you hit, It runs in the family. You flay people. It's fine. You were pushed back, but as you are getting back up to get back into it, you see that some of the others that have been on the spider side are slowly starting to get up again. They look weak. They do not look hostile.
Chumbawamba fans.
Delilah, if you'd be a dear and perhaps keep them down a bit.
Oh, really? You see her burst into a shadow and then all of a sudden, like, blanket a bunch of people with these, like, monstrous tentacles that just lay them back down to the ground.
Lovely. Layseth is going to rush forward and attempt to take more skin off of this bastard.
Okay, we'll kick some ass.
Heal him. Heal him, Lisa.
That is 10.
Okay.
And I get an extra effect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to... Who's next? Filbert is next. I'm going to give one forward to Filbert.
Okay.
But yes, I'm going to slash at him and try to take off another chunk of flesh, please.
Sure, you do so. Like, I mean, shit. He's looking bad. There are chunks of him missing. He has barely touched you guys because of how much you've been doing to him. Filbert, you're on the ground. You are in quite a bit of pain.
Yeah. Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Layseth was doing. I thought Layseth was doing one more thing.
Just rubbing it in.
I thought there was.
No,
I
she
was
just
waiting
let
on
him
Danny,
have
and,
it.
everybody else was waiting on me. Sorry about that.
It's not your turn, Filbert, but you are on the ground in pain.
Just so you know. Just so you're.
Just so you know. Just so you're aware.
Quick progress report.
All right. So what is the what's the situation on the arm? How's the arm sigil looking?
Bad.
Is that like I'm trying to picture if like there's room for Filbert to like stand up and get in and help finish flaying that.
So Layseth is doing one arm, you're doing the other. The sigils are broken, but if you actually want to take the flesh, I will let you.
Okay, does Filbert think he needs to take the flesh? I think he
Probably.
does. I was gonna say
Sometimes.
from his previous knowledge with Kenny, thinking
Previous
that he has
knowledge that everybody has told you is wrong, you still believe you need to take all of the flesh.
Yeah, I'm like, you
Filbert
know
needs
what?
a new wallet.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't. I know everyone's saying I don't need to take it all, but when I did take it all from Kenny, it definitely worked.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. You did not flay all of Kenny.
Okay. Either way, I'm like,
Good?
I'm gonna go ahead and still keep working on mine. I'm gonna stand up and try to get a hold of his arm, wrangle
So-
it again, and try to get some more off of it.
He's on the ground, so you like army crawl over with your knife.
I'm rooted as shit.
Straddle his fucking arm and keep sawing away.
That kicks some ass.
Yes.
This is grim.
This is really grim. And oh my god, dude.
Welcome to the end of Roll for Weird.
Well, my kick some ass is still -1. So that was a 7 -1. Can I do luck? I've got 3 more luck, and
Please
I think
because
I'll
you probably take harm otherwise.
Yeah. I'm gonna do luck.
Okay, you succeed.
I get it
And
all.
you Yes, you take out a good chunk of this man's arm, and he is yelling. And somewhere at your house, Kenny has dealt with the police officers, and he just goes, "Ugh." It's like he knows what's happening.
Somewhere a man is being flayed by Filbert.
Specifically by Filbert. Shadow, it's your turn.
Shadow's gonna walk over and he's glaring down at the spider.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna take his sword and stab it into one of his limbs.
Okay.
And say, what does the spider do when its web falls to pieces? Nowhere to run now, Jeff. And I'm gonna. It's not like. I mean, it's just like got 4 limbs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you stabbing it in his arm?
Yeah, in his arm, but then I'm gonna slam a foot down on his kneecap.
Okay. Kick some ass, man.
All right, that's 10.
Okay. So Filbert is straddling one of his arms and filleting it. Lyseth is filleting the other blade. So your blade.
So I stabbed the hand of one of these arms.
Yeah. I think you do it on the one with Lyseth, because if you did it on the one with Filbert, you would be too close to his head. Yeah. So you stab it into his
palm, like crucifying him to the ground.
It doesn't work in the palm. You have to go here, otherwise it'll just rip through.
Well, I just stabbed him through the palm to the ground and then slam my freaking combat boot down onto his kneecap.
Sure, you break his kneecap. Zuzu and Susan are just here for a good time now. They're like, you know what? You guys have a personal problem with him. We're just gonna stand over here.
This is for my friends and my clan and my father, and I just keep stomping his knee.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you shatter his kneecap. It is obliterated. It is.
I just love the image of Pazuzu and Susan both be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
You guys are
Especially
fucked
like
up.
demons saying Jesus Christ. That's
They're
even
like, this
funnier.
is so romantic that we saved their relationship.
Yeah, they're about to go continue their anniversary.
They're about to go home and make a baby.
A world destroyer. A new void caller.
The Antichrist.
Misty.
I'm going to keep burning away more of those threads just to make sure that he can't like build up any power to bat away my friends.
Roll use magic. There's not much left, guys.
Good.
You've done
Of
so
his
much
body?
of everything, apparently.
It helps that we all saved a bunch of luck.
Correct.
Yeah. That's 10.
Okay. You burn away last of the threads. You see people are kind of like waking up. They're the divine who were still alive have disappeared.
Oh, even they're like, Jesus Christ, we're out of here.
Yeah. They are not here with us. You see some of the like FBI agents trying to sneak away. People who are currently trying to leave. Those particular ones, the Divine and the FBI agents, the humans that were involved, he was not draining power from.
He was just controlling them.
He had them on their side. He was not physically controlling them. He talked them into it.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to endeavor to keep them from leaving.
How are you doing this?
Misty is, at this point, very close to incandescent with rage.
Okay.
And the person who is like the actual subject of it is being beaten up on by her friends, so she can't really go and help with that. So I want her to do one of possibly the biggest working she's ever done and throw her hands up on both and raise like a force field from the house as the like the center point around so that the humans can't leave.
Okay. There's big magic is one of the things.
Yes.
This is a big magic.
Yes.
I think those take a couple people. Is that Or is that not always the case? That might not always
Big
be, it might
big
not always be the
magic.
case.
It's the sort of thing where like the keeper can require. I have the
Oh
the
yeah.
reference sheet open.
You can
It's
require
pretty much
multiple
whatever.
people, or it's whatever.
Yeah,
you-
it's pretty much whatever the keeper says is necessary.
I mean,
The anger.
Silas going spare.
There is so much anger coming from you, from everybody that has been dealing with the spider since all of this began. I'm going to tell you that you basically channel your anger and everybody else's around you with
Okay.
Silas's magic, and you throw up this barrier to stop the humans from leaving. You couldn't stop the divine. There's too much chaos. They disappoofed.
They were too fast, but the humans are going to answer for this.
Correct. They don't have teleportation powers.
Right. And that's basically where Misty's at right now, where it's like Layseth will deal with that problem when we have time to handle that.
Correct.
These people are going to answer for this right now.
Yes.
And like her eyes are always blue. They look like blue flames in her face right now.
Love it. Your force field is up. I like to think of it as like a blue flame force field that goes like it's spiraling around.
Yeah, and if any of the FBI agents touch it, it'll like electric fence shock them. Not to the point of harming them necessarily, but in the try that again, motherfucker.
Hey, guess what, Silas? It's your turn.
Okay. Well, okay, so Silas is gonna like start walking towards the spider while his friends are savagely cutting chunks off it.
You know,
awful.
the best thing about roast spider is everybody gets a leg.
And he grabs hold of the spider's ankle and starts pulling.
Roll for me, Silas. This is
Silas.
technically a thing that normal people can't do, so I guess you could roll magic if that's better for you.
Yeah, I want to rip his leg off.
Yeah, normal people can't do that, so.
We can
That's
if we're
a
strong.
I bet the mountain
That's
from
good.
Game of Thrones could rip someone's leg off. Maybe.
I'm feeling extremely
But
lucky.
Silas isn't exactly built
yeah?
like the mountain from the Game of
Yeah, I'm
Thrones.
feeling so lucky that I think that was actually a 12.
Was it?
So you rip his leg off, and you know he brought an army to deal with you guys, and now he realizes he should have brought a bigger one.
You didn't expect the big feet.
No one expects the big feet.
You never expect the big
You
feet.
never expect the big feet. And he is not gonna make it.
Good.
Uh-oh. Yes, Layseth, you have
Is
a
it
thing.
Layseth's turn?
It can be
Uh-oh.
Layseth's turn.
Oh.
Well, she just has this really big flaming holy sword.
She does.
She would like to remove his head from his body.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Chop, chop.
We haven't seen the sword in action nearly enough.
That's a 9, but I am happy to spend a luck to make it a 12 if I need to.
How much luck do you have left?
2?
I have 2 also.
Okay.
3 luck. I have 3 luck left.
Okay. I think a 9 can do it. It's a holy sword.
It
He's
is.
kind of weakened.
Yeah. So you
All right.
remove his head.
Excellent.
As you do, you feel this ripple of power get released again that shoves everybody who is near his body, away. You don't take any harm, but he is 100% dead.
Good.
And Pazuzu is eyeing that head.
That is mine, Pazuzu.
Just thought it'd be a cool bowling ball.
Look, there's plenty of dead people around. We can make all the bowling balls you want.
Lisa tucks it up her sleeve.
Christ, Lyseth.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, none of us want to know what you're doing with that later. Shit.
Why am I still holding this?
Repulsive.
And Silas just throws a leg behind his shoulder.
As you throw a leg, it hits an FBI agent that was trying to get away, and he just falls to the ground.
He hasn't got a leg to stand on.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Just in case there was any doubt that I am who I purport to be.
That is the end of the spider.
Yeah, when Silas makes that horrible joke, that's when Misty knows, and she just like bursts out sobbing and throws herself at him.
He just holds her so tightly. It's like, it's all right. I'm back now.
Samantha and Agent Monroe were there. I just forgot that there were more NPCs that I needed to.
They were tearing shit up in the background.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. We all saw it.
100% tearing shit up.
They're being awesome.
Yes. They are currently on the phone.
Oh, good. Someone else can deal with the paperwork.
Yeah, this is gonna be a mess to clean up.
Oh God, they have so much they have to do right now. Filbert, your parents are still in the oubliette.
Yeah, I mean, Filbert, as soon as the head has gone off, Filbert will just stand up and kind of look around. Is there any other threats? Like, are there any other people that were working with him? Okay.
So the people who are being drained are kind of like getting up now, and they're like confused on what was going on. It seems like he had them controlled like Delilah had been. And then there's the FBI and the Clan of Horus people that were trying to sneak away, but Misty has blocked everybody in here. Yep. Samantha and Manol are currently calling backup to hopefully people that could actually be of help, because there needs to be arrests made now.
My father here.
Where's Dado?
Where's Daddy?
So as everything is clearing up, you see a car pull up, and Filbert, it's your mom's minivan, and out steps Penny and Dado.
Kenny,
the new couple.
Kenny, why are you driving my mom's van?
You guys shut a portal on me, and I had to deal with the police.
Yeah, well, that's a Honda Odyssey right there, so I hope you didn't ding it on the way over.
He punches the fucking car, like full handprint into the door, punches it.
Misty is not going to drop the barrier until people have arrived to do arrests. So
Kenny is looking through the barrier at the dead body of the spider that has been flayed and goes, "You've learned nothing, I see."
I only did one of the arms.
This one was for fun, Kenny.
Yeah.
Silas took the whole leg off.
He learned a lot. I mean, look at his technique. It's improved. It's improved drastically.
Way
I
cleaner
hate you
than
all
your
so
cut.
much.
Kenny,
Practicing with apple peels for months.
keep a civil tongue, Kenny. I am imbued with the force of countless ethereal beings.
Yeah, how are you back? What the fuck happened?
Yes, what is going on?
Well, it's a long story that I don't want to have to recap for the third time. So, suffice to say, throughout the course of my long life, I had compacts and bargains with many entities. Some angelic, some demonic, some don't fall on that spectrum at all. Well, all of them came to collect. And it was sort of decided that in the end, they didn't like the spider and what he'd been doing, so they brought me back on the condition that I would serve as their conduit. And of course, most of the entities I've struck bargains with are trickster entities.
Shocking.
So, hence the meme-worthy suit and the hue of my eyes.
They
But
look
yeah,
great, Silas, says Pazuzu from the side. Susan just rolls her eyes.
So then does this mean that you're mortal? What? You're not a vampire anymore.
I mean, I think I'm an angel to some, a demon to others. It really depends on your perspective.
Interesting.
You know, I'm a little bit of everything all rolled into one. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother.
Well, whatever you are, you're my granddad and I love you and I'm very glad you're back and I'm very sorry about the house. And just hug him hard again.
You know you wouldn't want it any other way. And he plants a kiss on her forehead.
No.
Oh, I think I live in that Pokeball now, by the way.
You do what?
I'm definitely no longer a vampire, but I am tethered to this mortal plane through an object, and I think it's that Pokeball.
Wait, does that
in the
mean
house.
Does that mean you're mine now?
Shadow has a fucking demigod Pokemon.
No, but I think that would be my weakness. So it's probably somebody should keep it safe.
Let's put it in the
phylactery.
Yeah, I don't even have it. Misty does.
I've got an armory.
We can put it in the pocket. We can put it in the oubliette. No one but us can get in there.
That might cause something of a feedback loop. I think the oubliette's tied to my will.
Oh.
It's infinite recursion at that point.
I do have a fantastic pocket. There's a head in there now, but
I don't want pocket head.
Is that a thing?
I'd be worried my ball would go in his mouth.
Good night, everyone.
Oh, as the FBI agents show up to do the arresting,
Silas gets arrested for that comment.
Some of you take out your frustrations on some of them. Samantha definitely did shoot her boss.
You know, I'm sure he deserved it.
Oh, 100%.
Whenever an FBI agent named Samantha shoots someone, they deserve it.
It's true. This is where we are wrapping up Roll for Weird.
Oh my god, we made it!
I want to thank everybody. It's been a long haul. My players, you have thrown me for so many fucking loops. Love you all so much.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Nope.
I mean,
to our listeners, thank you for supporting us through everything, through month-long hiatuses, to a podcast feed that is never updated.
It will be.
Also, I will say, I do think we now have the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's longest one-shot. Officially.
Yeah, what, 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years for a one-shot.
Technically, yeah. But yeah, that is it for Roll for Weird, everybody.
That's what Daddy likes.
That is what Daddy likes.
Sure is.
I hope everybody has a good night. Stay safe out there, and who knows? Maybe one day we'll be back. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you.